Have you ever wondered about the history of Fiji? Today we're going to peel back the layers of time and explore the birth of this island paradise that we know and adore. Our story begins around 150 million years ago. Imagine a time when the Earth was in constant turmoil, the tectonic plates shifting and colliding, creating a fiery spectacle. Amidst this chaos, the volcanic islands that make up Fiji began to emerge from the depths of the Pacific Ocean, forming the breathtaking landscapes we see today. But the islands lay empty and untouched for millions of years, until around 3,500 years ago. That's when the Lapita people, the first known settlers of Fiji, arrived on these shores. The Lapita, a seafaring culture from Southeast Asia and Melanesia, were renowned for their pottery skills, their intricate weaving, and their navigation prowess. They settled throughout the islands, bringing with them their customs, traditions, and languages. They were the forefathers of the Fijian people, and their influence is still felt in the culture of Fiji today. From the traditional Lovo feasts, where food is cooked in an earth oven, to the vibrant meek performances, a form of storytelling through dance and song, the echoes of the Lapita people are present in every aspect of Fijian life. As the centuries rolled on, the Lapita people evolved into distinct tribal communities, each with its own chief and social structure. They built fortified villages, cultivated crops, and fished in the abundant waters surrounding the islands. Through their resilience and adaptability, these early settlers laid the foundation for the Fiji we know today. So the Fiji we know and love today started to take shape thousands of years ago with the arrival of its first inhabitants. As we delve deeper into Fiji's history in the upcoming scenes, we'll discover how this island nation has continued to evolve and adapt, carving out a unique identity in the heart of the Pacific. Did you know Fiji was once a land of tribal warfare? A stark contrast to the idyllic paradise we know today, Fiji's history is steeped in stories of tribal battles and conflicts. From the 13th to the 19th century, the islands were riddled with power struggles between tribal chiefs, as they vied for control over territories and resources. Fijian society during this era was organized into complex hierarchies, with each tribe led by a paramount chief. These chiefs were not only leaders, but also warriors, responsible for the protection of their people and the expansion of their territories. Warfare, thus, became an integral part of Fijian society, shaping its social, political, and cultural norms. The tribes of Fiji were not isolated entities. They formed alliances, engaged in trade, and of course, waged wars against each other. Battles were often fierce and brutal, with warriors displaying remarkable courage and skill. The victors would often take control of the defeated tribe's lands, shifting the balance of power and reshaping the political landscape of the islands. The significance of warfare in Fijian society was not limited to the physical realm. It permeated the spiritual and cultural aspects of life as well. Warriors were revered, and their feats were commemorated in songs, dances, and rituals. The gods were invoked for protection and victory, and the spirits of the ancestors were believed to guide the warriors in battle. This era of tribal warfare left an indelible mark on Fiji. It shaped the social and political structures that would later influence the country's interactions with European colonizers. It also laid the groundwork for the unique cultural identities of the different tribes, which continue to thrive in modern Fiji. Despite the violence and turbulence of this era, it was also a time of resilience and innovation. Fijians developed sophisticated systems of governance, agriculture, and warfare. They displayed a remarkable ability to adapt, survive, and thrive in the face of adversity. The tribal warfare era was a defining period in Fiji's history, shaping the country's social and political structures. It's a testament to the resilience and spirit of the Fijian people, who have managed to preserve their unique cultural heritage while embracing the challenges and opportunities of the modern world. But what happened when Europeans arrived in Fiji? The story takes a dramatic turn in the 19th century, when European explorers, traders, and missionaries set foot on the Fijian archipelago. These newcomers brought with them a wave of change that forever altered the dynamics of Fijian society. The introduction of Christianity, for instance, had a profound impact. Missionaries tirelessly worked to spread their faith, ultimately leading to the end of practices considered taboo by Western standards, such as cannibalism. But the most significant event of this era was the cession of Fiji to Britain in 1874. This marked the beginning of a new age, an age of British rule that would last for nearly a century. The Europeans, with their advanced technologies and different societal structures, brought about fundamental changes in the Fijian way of life. With the arrival of Europeans, Fiji began a new chapter in its history, marked by dramatic changes in its society and culture. So, how did British rule change Fiji? Let's dive into a transformative chapter in Fiji's history, the era of British rule, which spanned almost a century, from 1874 to 1970. The British reign ushered in a period of significant change in Fiji. One key development was the introduction of Indian indentured laborers. In the late 19th century, the British transported thousands of Indians to Fiji under the indenture system, a system of bonded labor. These laborers, known as gurmitias, were primarily brought to work in the burgeoning sugarcane industry. Over time, they would form a significant part of Fiji's population, enriching the island nation with their vibrant culture and traditions. Speaking of sugar, the British rule marked the birth of Fiji's sugar industry, which would become a cornerstone of the Fijian economy. The British established vast sugar plantations, and with the hard work of the indentured laborers, the industry thrived. Even today, sugar remains a vital export commodity for Fiji, a testament to the enduring legacy of the British era. But the impact of British rule wasn't confined to the economic sphere. It also had profound effects on Fijian society and culture. The British implemented a system of indirect rule, preserving the authority of Fijian chiefs and maintaining traditional Fijian customs. This approach allowed the British to control Fiji while minimizing resistance and maintaining social stability. Yet, the British also introduced Western education, legal systems, and infrastructure, blending the old and the new. This fusion of cultures created a unique social fabric that defines Fiji today. English, for instance, is now one of the official languages of Fiji, a remnant of its colonial past. In essence, British rule was a period of transformation for Fiji, a time of both challenge and change. It brought about economic advancement, societal evolution, and cultural fusion, shaping the Fiji we know today. The era of British rule left an indelible mark on Fiji, influencing its economy, society, and culture. From the sugarcane fields to the multicultural society, the echoes of the British era can still be heard in the heartbeat of Fiji. And what about independent Fiji, you might ask? Well, let's dive into that chapter of Fiji's story. The year was 1970, when Fiji claimed its independence from British rule, marking a significant turn in the country's history. This newfound autonomy brought with it a wave of optimism and a sense of national pride that still resonates today. However, independence didn't come without its challenges. The transition to self-governance was not always smooth. Political instability, characterized by a series of military coups, tested the resilience of the Fijian people. Economic issues, such as the management of the sugar industry, a cornerstone of Fiji's economy, presented further hurdles. Yet, through these trials, the nation forged a path of resilience and growth. Fiji's journey to becoming a modern nation is a story of perseverance and adaptation. Amidst the political and economic turmoil, the country found strength and unity, drawing on the rich tapestry of its indigenous, Indian, and European heritage. This cultural fusion is reflected in everything from its political landscape to its cuisine, creating a uniquely Fijian identity. One of the most remarkable successes of independent Fiji is its thriving tourism industry. This small island nation, nestled in the heart of the South Pacific, has become a world-renowned destination for globetrotters. From the sun-kissed beaches of the Mamanuca Islands to the lush rainforests of Taveuni, Fiji's natural beauty is a siren call to adventurers and relaxation seekers alike. Luxury resorts and overwater bungalows offer world-class accommodations, while cultural experiences provide a rich immersion into Fijian traditions. The country's commitment to sustainable tourism and conservation is another feather in its cap. Efforts are underway to protect Fiji's fragile ecosystems and biodiversity, ensuring that the country's natural wonders can be enjoyed by generations to come. Today, Fiji is a vibrant, multicultural nation with a rich history and a promising future. The story of independent Fiji is a testament to the resilience and spirit of its people, who, through trials and triumphs, have shaped the nation into the tropical paradise we know and love today. Now that we've journeyed through Fiji's history, what are the key takeaways? Our trip through time began with the birth of Fiji, a tropical paradise formed through volcanic activity over millions of years. Then, we dived into the era of tribal warfare, a time marked by fierce rivalries among indigenous groups. Our journey continued with the arrival of Europeans in the 17th century, bringing significant changes to the island nation. We saw how the era of British rule, starting in the late 19th century, left a lasting impact on Fiji's cultural, political, and economic landscapes. Finally, we celebrated Fiji's independence in 1970, a milestone that marked the birth of a sovereign nation. Since then, Fiji has continued to evolve, weaving together the threads of its past to create a vibrant, diverse present. Fiji's history is a fascinating tale of change, resilience, and diversity, shaping the unique island nation we see today.